Don't worry about these white South Africans coming here. They about to be the new help. You heard me. They are about to be the new help. They got rid of all the people tending the land. All the immigrants that were tending the land are gone. So what they about to do, replace them with the white South African workers. Y'all gonna be working to feed black folks. As y'all should. Get your asses over.
They're all screaming at the top of your lungs about how you got to get rid of immigration, and immigration is terrible. Until it's 8,000 white people from South Africa.
Monday, the first batch of refugees will be coming into the United States. My thing is that I thought that they put a pause or a halt to folks putting in application or applications for refugee status in the United States. And also, they are deporting refugees.
That's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place. And farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And I don't care who they are.
Donald Trump definitely engaging in textbook victimization, where he doesn't want these white South Afrikaners, colonizers, settlers to be exact, the whole responsibility for how they have illegally confiscated land, a lot like you're doing over there in Gaza, West Bank, and everywhere in between.
I guess they're doing more for whites that don't live here than they're actually doing for whites that live here, as they're stripping your rights of due process away from you. But the brown can't stay around. And by the way, if you are in South Africa today and you think you're going to board that plane and come over here and everything's going to be fine, honey, you are insane. Don't believe that lie. You will still be outnumbered here if you just so happen to think it's okay to hate the black and brown, dear. Anyway, please share this video, because I think we need to get it out into the everywheres. And one more thing. Apparently these are supposed to be farmers coming here to plow the land. Maybe you should look at what, well, that orange man is currently doing to farmers who actually live in this land.
Hello, and welcome to another video. And this video we're going to be talking about the AFRIKANAS, they call it. These are the white people in South Africa that they had the land. Remember, South Africa, they had the apartheid for many years. It was like the perfect system of racism in that country, where they classify each person according to the race. Okay, they had the mulattoes, there was the mixed race, they had the blacks, they had the whites. So they have a scale for everybody, and they put everybody in like a kind of place, you know, for they placing everybody according to their race. Okay, what been happening the last few years, because they got a president that is black after Mandela. They want to make it more equal. They were living in a stolen land. Those lands were stolen by the Dutch, okay, by the white people. Some of them were German, some of them were Dutch, to the people that was living in Africa. So they're just trying to make it more equal for the people, the black people, or the people that didn't have land before, they can have some land too. So these people, Trump call it refugees, okay? There are people that own mines in South Africa. They own big amounts of land, okay? It's all about race, okay? For our president, he make it all about white people versus brown or black people. He always been that way. Okay, so this is not anything new that we just don't know about Donald Trump. I was expecting something like this when I heard the news about what was happening in South Africa, Please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay towards the end because this video get really interesting. Please stay towards the end.
You know, I've never seen a group of refugees that look this damn healthy in my life. Truly obese refugees. I mean, I think that's an oxymoron, obese refugee. But no, for real though, these folks claiming that they are being oppressed in Africa, family. Did we all forget it was their manifest destiny that brought them to Africa in the first damn place? It's funny how colonization and white privilege just works out for people. If I can recall my history notes, it was the Dutch West India Company and the Dutch East India Company that started all of this colonization early. So when your manifest destiny doesn't work out, white privilege will always bail you out. Trump made it clear that he doesn't mind importing racists to this country. I just want to know who's going to pay that tariff.
Well, the white South Afrikaners have arrived, and Trump and MAGA are rolling out the motherfucking red carpet. But let me tell you something. The rest of us, we don't want you here. We don't like you. We don't respect you, nor do we need you. Take your motherfucking asses back where you came from. We are going to treat you like you treated those South Africans, the black South Africans. Because you have no goddamn skills. So what do you intend to do while you're here? We don't need any more farm owners. They're suffering as it is. And Trump has already deported all of the migrant workers. So your no-skilled asses are going to actually have to work the goddamn farms. Unless you're waiting on Elon and Daddy Trump to take care of you. So now you're in for a big ass shock because they're sending your asses to Idaho and Ohio. You're going to have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to motherfucking survive here in the United States. So motherfucking welcome to America. Now take your stupid, entitled white asses the fuck on. Toodaloo.
You see what I'm saying? But if you not the same color to get in, you feel me? Start with your complexion, your protection, your complexion. You can't get in. You know what I'm saying? You got to hate from outside the club because you illegal. You got to figure out how to get there. But if some white South Africans, you know what I'm saying? This is part of blowing my mind too. Once you realize that a lot of the grandparents and aunties that's in South Africa, they're old enough to like, they was alive when y'all stole their land. You don't want to return it. You say their land is being stolen. Settler solidarity, man. When I was in college, I learned the concept of settler colonialism on my mama. You see the country really engaging in it right now. I'm talking about we have a whole assault on the entire immigration system, but it's obviously racialized because the white people from South Africa, you're good. Come on in.
The South African refugees have arrived. Is McDonald's their oppressor? Those are some well-nourished refugees. What kind of refugee is built like an offensive lineman? Honestly, the New England Patriots could use a new lineman. Sign them up. Bro, like, I don't see any struggle on their face. I see a lot of hate coming off of them, but no struggle. I want that kind of oppression. That looks like fun. That looks like some privilege that they've got. Like, it looks like they've been through nothing except for the drive-through line. Well, we're going to be providing them free housing, food, and medicine. Well, then why don't we just give them a key to the city while we're at it, okay? Make sure that when they're coming from the airport, their Uber stops at a Krispy Kreme. They deserve it because they've been through too much. They need a break from oppression, from having to own the majority of the land in South Africa. Like, get out of here, man. Look, they've been through a lot, right? Having to go through nothing in life is a struggle on its own, right? Something Freud might have said.
The president has shown support for South African refugees that are coming to the United States next week. Can you talk about what these refugees are fleeing and why this is a priority for the administration?
Well, the president has actually signed an executive order on that matter. My office can get it back to you, Michael. But this group in South Africa has faced racial persecution. In fact, the government there has vowed to take away their farmland that they own. And so the president has talked significantly about this. As for further details on refugee claims and asylum claims, I would defer you to the State Department.
I was just sitting here. Where the fuck are these South Africans finna live? Are our tax-paying dollars about to pay for these people's hotels and shit, bro? I know the fuck.
So let me get this straight. Trump banned Muslims, caged black and brown kids, and called Haiti a shithole. But somehow he's rolling out the carpet for white South Africans, who, mind you, claim they're being oppressed by the very people that they oppressed for generations. This is not refugee policy. It's plantation nostalgia. dressed up as immigration reform. This entire push to rescue South African farmers is built on a narrative, not facts. Yeah, there's some violence in South Africa. Yeah, some white farmers have been attacked. But the majority of the victims, they're not white. And the attacks aren't racially targeted. They're part of a broader crime crisis. South Africa has deep issues, yes. But this ain't some ethnic cleansing of white people. This lie got amplified by conservative media, white nationalist forums, and people who think land redistribution is oppression, when really it's just justice knocking on the door. So let's be honest about what this really is. It's America offering comfort to people who feel uncomfortable with equality. That's it. Because these so-called refugees are being fast-tracked for protection. Black asylum seekers from war-torn nations are being detained, deported, and ignored. They're not being offered farms and safety. They're being offered ICE and silence. This has never been about safety. It's about whiteness being treated like it's in danger anytime it's not in power. But here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to let people run from the consequences of apartheid, land here, and act like they're victims of a woke world gone mad. No. You don't get to gentrify racial trauma across borders. You don't get to weaponize your discomfort with progress and call it persecution. And if you're feeling displaced by land reform, good, because the land wasn't yours to begin with. So if you think Trump's weak attempt to play savior gives you the green light to come over here and start disrespecting people, think again, because the rest of us, we don't play like that. Go find you something safe to do, because bringing apartheid to a new zip code is the fastest way to find out this ain't the America you thought you were walking into. Stay safe.
We built apartheid, and now we're refugees. We took the land, we took people's futures, we took their dignity, and now we're being given refuge? What must it feel like to be a person of color, a black person in South Africa, watching my people who broke this country and now run off to claim victimhood somewhere else? We say we're afraid, but we built what we were afraid of. In 1994, we didn't give over power, we just gave over the mess and said, it's your fault, you deal with it now. But our white hands are clean. And now we're fleeing the country, crying reverse racism. So Black South Africans, please tell the bad guy right here how it makes you feel. Because this is not right. This is sick. And I don't want to be the perpetrator anymore.
Now, I know the MAGA people don't really pay attention to what's going on, but why is Trump letting in 8,000 white South Africans as refugees? These people aren't even refugees. And I thought you guys were against immigrants, like all immigrants. Why the hell are you okay with him letting in 8,000 white people from South Africa? You think they're all going to be Elon Musks? Do you really want 8,000 more Elon Musks? Like, who the hell wants these people here? Why is it you guys are all screaming at the top of your lungs about how you got to get rid of immigration and immigration is terrible, until it's 8,000 white people from South Africa?
Over here and do y'all goddamn job. Y'all think y'all getting away from us. Y'all not. Y'all just gonna be working for us. Come on in the room. See, Trump knew he couldn't get our asses out there. There's no way in hell you gonna get black folks out there to work no kind of land. But he could say, hey, these South Africans are being suppressed. Their land is being taken away from them. They need to come over here and seek retribution. And get y'all asses in the field where the fuck y'all belong. Make sure y'all picking every fucking vegetable and don't miss out on anything. Y'all not getting away from black folks. Y'all gonna be around us a lot more. And unlike the ones in South Africa, we don't give a fuck. You're not gonna be able to call us colored. You're gonna get your dome rocked. So be careful, tread lightly. And remember, we don't see you as African. We see you as colonizers of an apartheid. Welcome to America.
When I first laid eyes on these South Africans coming over here, I said, wait a minute. I ain't never seen an obese South African before. I mean, I ain't never, anyway. I'm serious. What? When white America get through with these refugees, I hope somebody tell these people that America gonna turn them every which way but loose. These people going back home, y'all. They will not stay here long term. America is ghetto as fuck, and they don't care. Just looking out of the window. They get through with these people, this man gonna be skin and bones, bones and skin.
Why the hell aren't you pissed about these people? And he's fast-tracking their process so that they can get here and be in America legally in less than 3 months. Where usually, before Trump, even asylum seekers, it would take like 18 months to a couple of years. Why the fuck is he fast-tracking all these white people from South Africa? And why aren't the Republicans pissed off about this? Oh, because you're all racist.
Yes, and I thought, like he just said, the MAGA was completely against immigrant. He wrong in the platform that it was all about the borders are not secure. It's all these brown people that is coming through the border. We just feel so insecure about it. Yes. It's just not safe for us because we have all these immigrants coming from other countries. He running that, okay? He run in the platform. The Mexicans are rapists, okay? Yes, all the immigrants need to go home. He just sent some of the immigrants supposedly the Aragua train. They just said he sent it to Salvador, to the jail in Salvador. Some of them are innocent. They just only have, because they only had tattoos, that's what they send it over there. And he just been doing all these things, just showing open door racism for everybody to see it. And now supposedly we just have to accept the refugees. They are coming refugees, they're coming from South Africa. They were the creators of the apartheid. They took the land from the African people and they create a perfect system of racism and classism, okay? And they took the land, everything from the people in South Africa. And yes, now they are the refugees. They are the people that is in suffering. We have to do something about it. This is just how Donald Trump is. I'm not even surprised. That's the way he is. Stay towards the end because it gets really interesting.
Donald Trump is chartering a plane using U.S. taxpayer money to bring refugees from South Africa to America. Now let's think about this for just one moment. What is the same about all these South African refugees that we might notice? They're all white people. That's right. And so when we talk about deporting people, it appears that they're mostly non-white. But we can bring in South Africans who are white. And I just can't shake this feeling. That maybe, and I'm not saying it, I don't know, I'm not there, I'm not in the room when these conversations occur. It seems to me that it's possible that these guys in the White House are motivated by certain aspects of these people that they're bringing in and taking out. I'm not saying it's true.
So the current administration is allowing 8,000 South African refugees, white South African refugees, to come into the country. They are sending private jets to pick these refugees up. Starting Monday, the first batch of refugees will be coming into the United States. My thing is that I thought that they put a pause or halt to folks putting in application or applications for refugee status in the United States. And also, they are deporting refugees. How is it that you're deporting refugees at the same time, but you're sending private planes on taxpayers' dime to pick up these South African refugees? None of this makes sense at all.
They only want white people here. Because when we think about refugees who need immediate resettlement, expedited screenings, we usually think about people who are fleeing extreme violence, persecution, famine, war in places like South Sudan, Myanmar, the Congo, not white Afrikaners. See that chartered plane the Trump administration is sending? It's not going to collect refugees that have been sitting in resettlement camps for years, fully vetted, waiting to come to the United States to escape violence. No, it's going to South Africa to collect white people who claim they're being discriminated discriminated against. Why would they be getting discriminated against? Probably because they spent generations instituting legalized forms of racial segregation and discrimination called apartheid, aka Stephen Miller's wet dream. See, while the rest of the world after World War II saw that maybe racial discrimination not such a hot idea and favored more policies of integration and away from colonization, Afrikaners doubled down on that shit and instituted apartheid. Although it ended over 30 years ago, the social and economic legacies of apartheid continue today. South Africa is the most unequal country in the entire world, according to the World Bank, with white South Africans earning over 12 times what black South Africans do. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that the white Afrikaners who instituted generations of discrimination and segregation against black people get everything they need to get started here in the United States in their new life.
Well, they're MAGA. The white Afrikaners, they're MAGA. They don't have money. They haven't been oppressed, honey. They just didn't want to comply with DEI. So they came here because they were lied to, dear, and told that we don't do DEI no more here. That somehow Alonia Muskrat, Daddy Dumpy Pants have squashed the woke mind virus. Now, if you are one of these white South Afrikaners, baby, or whatever the AFRIKANAS, whatever the hell you call yourself, I don't really care. You're going to find that out about America. We don't care, honey. Nobody here gives a fuck what you want to be called at all. Even your own people that you came here to be with that don't believe in being woke and DEI, they're not going to care either. Just wait till they start slinging hate your way because you don't speak English, baby. At least not to where they can understand. When you break out your accent, honey, they're not going to care what color your skin is. You're going to find out real fucking quick how we hate here. You know why we hate so much in the US today? Because we're unhappy. That's why. It's hard going out every day and breaking your neck and your back and not being able to put food on your plate because somebody likes to fly around in a $400 million gold-plated plane. I know. But either way, you should know something today that you've been lied to, boo. Yes, it just so happens that all of those companies that jumped in line to kiss Daddy Dumpy Pants' ass and get rid of their DEI, as of yesterday, a whole bunch of those companies decided to reinstate their DEI. Because it's always profits over people. And what they found out is that the steeple people who don't believe in diversity and equity and inclusion don't really have a whole lot of money to spend. They're too busy giving it to the orange man. So they decided to once again let DEI in. And let's talk about white hate for a minute, because last night me and my life partner was sitting in the bed laughing at all of the insanity that is going on because some white people decided to come here. And we were laughing about the hate that they're going to go through and how white hate has come full circle. White hate has come full circle, y'all. We went from hating people who were really dark to just a little bit dark to really dark brown to medium brown to light brown, because that's the new brown that we hate, by the way. Not me. I love all shades of brown, baby, because I know that we are all different shades of brown. I'm very, very light brown, beige. It's a shade of brown, beige, by the way. Anyway, it's funny to us, me and my life partner, we sat there and laughed our asses off last night. That's how toxic white hate is that now white hate has moved all the way down the fucking melanation color palette to hating white again. Full circle. We've come full circle in America with our white hate. Now we hate each other. You gotta love it, honey. You gotta love it. White hate, baby. Just full circle. We've done a full 360 coming right back to hating our very own kind here in America. And we're going to continue to hate each other here in America until we have a government that is for the people, by the people. That's just the way that's going to be. You can look at other countries that are high up in the rankings of happiness. And it just so happens in those countries that are the happiest on the planet, where people don't hate each other because of their race or their religion or their creed or their sexuality, the one thing they all have in common is that their government is for the people, by the people. And until we have that, I don't care what color your skin is and how quickly you decided to hop on a plane and come here, you are going to face hate too, dear. Those are just facts. Those are just facts. I hope you're okay with that.
Yes, and yes, and yes is 8,000 people. 8,000. They've been flying these people in private airplanes. I don't know who's gonna pay for that. Yeah, we're gonna pay for that with our taxes, okay? We're gonna be paying for that with our taxes, that's for sure. And they are providing housing, they are providing a food stamp. They're gonna have food stamp, they're gonna have housing, they're gonna have Medicaid or Medicare for the health needs that they have to. And they're even gonna provide them from some, probably some cash money too, okay? 8,000 people. We cannot take care of our own farmers in here. Our farmers are going bankrupt. They are losing their lands. They are losing their farms because of this government. And we are going to take 8,000 refugees. They are coming from South Africa, the ones that were the creators of the apartheid here, and provide all these things to them. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy, but it doesn't surprise me because this is the way Donald Trump do things. That's the way he do things. So please don't forget giving a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow, and it helps other people to find my content and my video. Thank you.